Let the feast begin.
Ever since I was a kid, I loved watching food in movies like the Hogwarts feasts in Harry Potter, the lavish cakes in Marie Antoinette, or the chocolates in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's easy to sit back and think that food just shows up in front of the camera, that you can buy them and place them in front of an actor, and even if that happens sometimes, on a film set, every plate, every garnish, even the cups of tea or coffee have to be planned. That's when food stylists come in as the person who makes sure that what you see looks perfect for the story, the camera and the actors. Back in the early days of filmmaking, that job didn't even exist. Food on screen was usually thrown together by set dressers or prop masters, just like they would be made at home. But once filmmakers started using tighter shots and longer takes, they realized something: real food just does not survive under hot lights or through endless retakes. By the 1940s, some productions looked for the help of chefs. It wasn't flashy, but it was the beginning of food styling as its own craft. The real boom came with commercials in the 1960s and 70s. Food ads needed dishes that looked flawless, and stylists perfected tricks to keep plates camera ready for hours. Many later brought that knowledge to movies, and by the 1980s, workshops in culinary schools were actually teaching techniques like faking steam, stopping ice cream from melting, or plating meals that stayed fresh all day on set. In movies, certain stylists became known for their work. Chris Oliver built meals that matched the mood of entire films. Christine Tobin mixed her eye for composition with continuity, which is essential for film.
A food stylist is hired to present food directly to camera. Ultimately, my job is to deliver food.
It becomes a collaboration between the kitchen and the writing.
We'll have a consultation with Christine because we're not cooks.
I've seen Christine make a table look beautiful. It is art.
Food is the most temperamental actor you can have on set. We want to make sure that the food will present beautifully but last.
Well, look at all this beautiful pork.
I have a landing pad that's outside of each stage area that's set up with whatever tools I might need to put that final touch on a dish.
And Johnny Spoon, with her work on TV dramas and films, showed how food stylists could be part of the creative process, sitting in the same meetings as costume designers and cinematographers.
Well, I think any cook loves to hear that's delicious, but it means a lot more when the food is actually horrific. It's a dead body, it's a lung, maybe roadkill rats. What have I done? Roasted legs, Peking-style whole bodies, edible insects, tiny organs for dead rats, edible snails, space whales. Raw, of course.
Hiring a food stylist usually starts at the script breakdown. If a scene involves food, whether it's a dinner table, a cafe meeting, or even a street market chase, the production designer and prop master decides how much detail it needs. For close-ups, eating scenes, or meals important for the story, a stylist often comes in early. Where they fit depends on the project. Sometimes they're under props, sometimes under art direction, and if cooking or effects are involved, they may even team up with special effects crew. Food styling itself isn't one size fits all. Historically, styling recreates period-accurate meals. Character styling tailors the food to reflect who's eating. And then there's heightened styling where everything is exaggerated for impact, like the fantastical candy in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or the uncomfortable meals in The Cook, the Thief, His Wife and Her Lover. When actors need to put food in their mouths, the stylist makes sure it's safe and believable. One of my favorites is the slug scene in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Those weren't real slugs, of course, but flavored gelatin molds designed for Rupert Grint to spit out on cue.
Malfoy had just been really horrible to Hermione, and Ron tried to stick up for her and did a spell, but it hit him, and he began to choke out slugs. They tasted quite nice, actually.
Or in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where the monkey brains were just custard with raspberry sauce.
And I think that scene at the dinner table does sort of capture that spirit. I mean, we did have a lot of fun discussing it because it was, let's sit around just thinking the most horrible things you could think of, but it's done very tongue-in-cheek.
I mean, that was something that I'd always want to put in a movie. And Steve sort of has a sense of humor that fits right into that. He loves practical jokes on people. And I know he used to do a lot of that with his sisters. He used to, throw spiders at him and things like that all boys do. But he really still loves to, make creepy crawly things and have everybody go, oh my God.
I said, what about a meal of the worst stuff you would never imagine eating as long as you would live? like eating eels, eating bugs, eating brains from monkeys. I think in a way, by doing a kind of dark version of the Indiana Jones series, it gave permission to poke some fun at herself and have a scene that was really, towards gross out comedy.
So we had rubber bugs with, don't worry, when you watch the movie, inside the bugs is custard. And inside the monkey brains was custard with raspberry sauce. And also inside the soup was just rubber eyes. It had these little stickums, and each eye stuck. And Kate was told that she had to really stir the pot to get the eyes to come unglued from the bottom of the pot to float to the surface, which is hard to do. Most of it takes only one eye came out.
The goal is always to make it look impressive on camera, while keeping the actors safe and comfortable and also maintaining continuity for long shooting hours. Preparation usually starts weeks before shooting. Stylists research, build test plates and photograph them on the lighting setup similar to what will be used. Directors and cinematographers sign off on the look before cameras even roll. Not everything is edible though. Background plates might be made from foam, wax or silicone so they don't rot. The big stars are called hero plates, which are the dishes seen up close and handled by the actors. These need to be flawless and consistent take after take. The rest are called filler plates, background food that sometimes isn't even real. The food stylist toolkit looks more like a surgeon's bag than a kitchen setup. Tweezers for garnishes, brushes for shine, spray bottles for a just-made look. Tricks like using glycerin in drinks keep them looking newly poured long after the bubbles are gone. Their work ties directly into the director's vision. A cozy dinner scene might need plates that look full, warm and a little imperfect, and tense ones could use sparse, overly neat arrangements. It's a subtle way of reinforcing story without dialogue. On set, stylists often run a small team. Assistants maintain the background food, while the head takes care of the hero plate. The script supervisor helps with continuity like a half-eaten cake that needs to be eaten and beaten over and over. And when actors are actually eating, stylists often prepare lighter or softer versions so multiple takes don't become exhausting. Food stylists also collaborate with other departments. Special effects might handle steam or bubbling liquid rigs. Makeup and costume teams try stains and spills for food fights and accidents. Everyone works together to avoid expensive resets when something goes wrong. Some unforgettable examples are the disturbing but artful meals in Hannibal, the stunning banquet in Babette's Feast, the darkly comic dishes in the menu. In each case, the food wasn't just decoration, it is storytelling. More productions today are also thinking about sustainability. Leftovers may be eaten by the crew or donated, and prop foods are reused whenever possible and stored in studios' prop houses for future productions. In the end, food styling is a mix of artistry, problem solving and teamwork. It's not just about making food look good, it's about making it look right for the story over and over again until the director calls cut. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and share and let me know in the comments what's one movie meal you've always wanted to try. This was Cinema Essay and see you next time.